Yeah. And if you have all this experience you've heard, we've heard from you now, and you've gained for over 10 years, if you were to rewind time, let's just imagine a new Franca Chieduis arrived UK today.
Yeah.
What advice would you give yourself, the new Franca, to help them even do better than you've done and go further, faster? What advice would you give to yourself if you were to restart the whole process again?
Yeah, I think that the first thing I would say to myself is to not be afraid. To not be afraid. The white people, or the people that I see in this country don't have two heads.
Yes.
They are humans like me, and if anything at all, I probably have a lot more experience than they have, because I've had to deal with how many thousand Nigerians. We have a lot more human beings that I've dealt with here than any. We have more people in my country than we have here.
Yeah.
Meaning that I faced a lot more challenges there, so I shouldn't be afraid. I don't feel like my experience is nothing. My experience wherever I've had it does count.
Yeah.
My experience, irrespective of the country that you come from, counts.
Self-belief.
Exactly. Self-belief and self-advocacy, because I know that initially when I first came, I panicked, because there's that feeling that from back home, you always feel like, oh, people who are here are much higher and are down here.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I'll tell myself, okay, that's not it. Like, we're all equal.
Yes.
They may have their own experience.
Advantages,
Yeah, they have their experience because they live in their country, but they don't have the experience that I have. And my experience is equal.
You bring something to the table.
So our experiences are both valid.
Yeah.
Because if they go to my country, they will struggle as well.
Yeah.
So, let's not panic. Let's not be afraid. That's the basic thing that I was telling myself. Don't be afraid. Because, to be honest, there was a time I was so scared of pronouncing some words because I felt they were going to laugh at me.
Oh my goodness.
And I said to myself, Franca,
and then it makes you stay quiet. It looks like you're not assertive. People.
Yeah. So that timidity that we come with, we need to.
Shed it off.
Myself. Don't be timid.
Yes.
You are bold. You're strong. You deserve where you are. You weren't forced out of your country. You came here on your own.
Yeah.
So you need to work as an expatriate. The way they worship expatriates back home.
Yes.
That's the way you
should be
yourself. Yeah. Even if they don't look at you like that, that's who you are. You came with all the expertise you have back home. You're going to add whatever you're going to add here. But that self-confidence is very, very important. The timidity has to get out of the window.
Yes.
And that's the first thing I'll tell myself. Stop being timid. Don't be afraid of these people. Don't think that whatever you're going to say. And please, if you can't learn how they speak, or you can't speak before that and everything, speak the way you speak.
Yes.
Because half the time, we focus on trying to twist our tongues and fix it, sound like them, and then we forget what we came to say.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
So the accent issue,
doesn't
leave that aside.
Yeah.
Focus on the substance you're coming to deliver. Because all the greats, all of these big activists from South Africa and all of those, the big people that you see, they all speak the way they speak with their own accent.
Exactly. And that's your identity. You shouldn't hide it.
Exactly. You shouldn't hide it. Your accent is great.
Yes.
Because what you came there to say is what you came to say. You have something to deliver. It's not the accent people care about.
Yes, it's the competence.
Because if you're making sense, nobody even cares how you sound.
Exactly. Indians sound very. Thanks for that sharing that. Just to add to that, I had this weird experience. I went to Wembley to watch performance from African artists. So Timaya at the time was really big in Africa.
Yeah.
When he finished performing, he knelt down on the floor and thanked people for inviting him, for giving him the privilege to come, and he was happy to be in their midst. And then he left. I don't think I've ever seen him perform again after that in the UK. I'm being honest. And this is, I really feel bad about it because he's my friend. But I also saw Burna Boy at the time. Burna Boy was under him, way, way lower. He hasn't even done his big track. Yeah. But even in Nigeria, when Burna Boy was invited to shows, he carries himself with high esteem. And even when the crowd try to maybe run into the show or do something stupid, he kicks the people, and the people think, oh, why is he so rude? He always saw himself as somebody not to be messed with, at the same level as even Michael Jackson. And people used to laugh at him and think he's crazy. And boy, oh boy, he was so right. Today, he is the biggest African artist by a country mile because he's self-belief in himself.
Yeah, nobody can do it the way you're doing it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you can do it better than I'm doing it. That's your business. But you can't do it like Franca does it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to, once I know that, and once I believe that, then there's not anybody telling me. There's nothing you can tell me.
Exactly.
I'm good at what I do. I invest in all of that. Yeah, I'm not the Michael Jackson, but I am my own Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
And Michael Jackson cannot sing the song that I'm singing.
And he can never be like me.
The way that I'm dancing. Yeah. He can't actually, Michael Jackson, if he comes here, this is not his whatever. This is his crowd.
No.
There's a reason you invited me to do this thing.
Yeah.
You feel you've seen something in me.
Yeah.
And if they see something in you and they pitch you to do this thing, why are you shying away? Like, why are you hiding?
Exactly. Where
else are you going to go? Like,
yeah.
Come on. There's a reason you were selected for that job. There's a reason you were called to deliver on this, a performance or whatever.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, for them to have seen that thing in you and ask you to come and do it, why will you come there and kneel down
and thank them? Because they're paying you to come and perform. Why are you thanking them? So,
thanks for having me, but I know that I'm worth it. That's why you called me.
Exactly.
I'm worth it.
Yes.
And even though it's the same way with interviews, and I know that because all of us are everyone, interviews are difficult and scary and everything. And one thing I say to people is that when you're interviewing, go from the perspective of someone who's coming to lecture the interviewer on what you know.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what you know.
Exactly.
They're asking you questions, you need to come and teach them. So what I do is that I'm going to interview to lecture this woman today.
Yeah.
Or the experience I have in project management.
Yes.
That actually helps. If you go from the perspective of, well, she knows what she knows in her, from their company's perspective, but she doesn't know what I know.
Yes.
She doesn't know, she doesn't have the experience that I have.
From your perspective,
so today, I'm going to go teach this person what I know.
Yes.
Right? And I think if you take it from that, if you come from that perspective, it actually helps you
sell yourself,
going confidently, well.
And
then you can actually say, oh, I don't know this part. I haven't had this experience.
Yes.
However, if I'm put in this situation, this is how I'll handle it. So you don't even have to have examples.
Exactly with that.
You need to go and say.
Exactly. Yeah.
Be confident enough to say, I don't know it now.
But I can do it.
But I think this other aspect, and I see people that are in interviews and once they ask them questions and they start, rambling and they're all scared. I'm just like, you can say you don't know because
exactly.
The probably doesn't even know. They give them a script to read to you.
Exactly.
They probably don't even know
what is on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay not to know. I say, well, my experience of what you're talking about is quite different from what you're looking for. But I can share what I would do in that scenario. That's how I would manage this.
Okay.
And you shouldn't be scared that you said you don't know because they're not expecting you to know everything. It's the confidence with which you deliver the I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for.
Yes.
Not the actual answer anyway.
Absolutely.
So I think I'll tell myself to not be afraid. I'm not coming to meet aliens or larger than people that are better than me by any means.
Yes.
I'm good in my own rights. I'm brilliant. There's a reason why I've made it out. I've made it this far.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm coming to sell to people. So
wow.
I expect that people would.
Franca, you're definitely not afraid. I think anyone watching this podcast will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's been an absolute pleasure listening to you and sharing all the insights we've learned about adaptation, assertiveness, looking the path, determination, pushing the barriers, and finally self-belief, which I believe a lot of people can resonate to that. And good luck with your continue climbing. I heard you say that you've not stopped yet. That's the spirit. And we also hope that people can go and see Blank Digital and see some of the excellent work you're doing there. And more importantly, if they want support, maybe to promote their event or their activities, they can also reach out to you. So we'll put a link about France Digital at the bottom of this, at the end of the stuff. So thank you very much.